I don't think that Jim and I would have made it, even if Housewives hadn't have come about. It would have been me wanting to open my coffee shop that I've had a dream for, or like, there's just other things that I would have probably wanted to do that it would have caused a little bit of a ruckus.
Do you think that if the show never came about, that like your relationship would still be the same? And are you happy that it did because you were able to kind of embrace this new chapter of your life and become the person that you are?
Well, I definitely don't think our marriage would have sustained it regardless of the show. I don't think Housewives was the reason, because I'd already been having feelings before Housewives that I was fighting back, and I was like, I can't, we got to work this out. We were in therapy we were married 14 years and in therapy the whole 14 years. So that tells you something. And I haven't been to one therapy session with Drew. We haven't had but 2 fights. So we're just meant to be together. We're more best friends and not oil and water, and if we don't see eye to eye, we don't need to go to the counselor to figure it out. We just sit down and have a discussion, and neither of us yell. Neither of us boss the other one around. We just simply talk it through. So I don't think that Jim and I would have made it, even if Housewives hadn't have come about. It would have been me wanting to open my coffee shop that I've had a dream for, or like, there's just other things that I would have probably wanted to do that it would have caused a little bit of a ruckus.
How has co-parenting with Jim been during this time?
We still have our ups and downs, but for the most part, it's been, we do have one thing that we are 100% about, and that's how much we love our kids, and we want it to be the best for them, and put them first. So that works out. But, when you have personalities that are a little bit more clashy, then it's hard. And it's been, we've been divorced now almost like 3.5 or 4 years. So it should 3.5, I think. So it should get, 3, like 3 to, I don't know, something around there, but it should be getting easier, and it does each day, but it's definitely a work in progress. But we just try to respect each other and put our kids first. So.
Yeah. You have said, the divorce process and everything, I'm sure for everybody, that it was a rocky situation. Would you say that you guys are in a good place right now? Like you said, it's a work in progress, but are you guys cordial, or is it more just for the kids?
We definitely have our days. Like if there's something that happens that I feel has hurt the kids' feelings, or something I don't like, it really puts my mama bear up, and then I get upset. Or, if we don't see eye to eye on something in regards to parenting, it definitely it throws a curveball to us for a couple of weeks or a week of our communication. But then we manage to find our way to get back on track and try to be cordial and respectful and put the kids first. So it works itself out. I wouldn't say we're going to go grab a cup of coffee and hang out or anything, but we do have sporting events now where they just opened that back up. I'm not sure about where else in the country, but the last 2 months they've allowed 2 parents to go to like James's sporting events and such. Some of them even allowed 4, so then Drew would come along with us. So we'd all kind of sit together and we'd talk and hang out, but it wasn't like, we're not best friends by any means.
He's not getting an invite to the wedding.
Huh?
Yeah, I said he's not getting an invite to the wedding.
Probably not. He did say congratulations and was excited for us when it happened, though, so that was cool.
That's good. Did he and Drew get along well?
Yeah, they do actually. Drew, you can't fight with Drew. He doesn't have an enemy, and he's the most easygoing, kind-hearted person you've ever met. So he would never allow there to be any kind of tension or anything. So it works out good.
Definitely. What advice do you have for couples that are kind of entering that co-parenting stage?
I think you just have to, emotions are high because obviously you were married to that person for a reason. So it doesn't just like, a lot of the feelings don't just disappear and you go, okay, I can't wait to just, move on and be done. There's just a lot of emotions that you can't even explain that get into the picture. And then, throw in there new partners and new children brought into the mix, and it makes it kind of difficult. But I think you just keep your head high and you take the high road every time, and try not to get into the banter that is so easily able to happen after a high intensive divorce. You just have to remember, put the kids first, keep it calm, and just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. For people that are just starting to go through it, it is a couple years of hell on earth, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it does even out. So keep your head high.